So I just want to point this out. You can see here, this is one of these auditor channels that I was talking about recently in that video. And they're essentially just state-funded agents. But you can see after I posted that video, I think it was like a day or two after, maybe a day after, this guy, True No Transparency, posts a video saying, what was I talking about, right? How they won't expose the real corruption of the cops. All of a sudden, he posts a video entitled "Dirty Ottawa Cops." I mean, it almost seems like mockery, right? Because they're not going to respond to that, the valid points I made. They're just the people who set up these stage plays with them, probably CSIS. I believe it's CSIS that's involved in staging these fake interactions with the cops and these Freemasons who they send out there to pretend to be defending people's rights while they go around filming people in front of restaurants and harassing people. And then they also film the cops to even it out, to try and make it seem like they're standing up for people's rights. So right after I post that video, what does he post? Dirty Ottawa Cops, right? Cops suffering little man syndrome, attacks and arrests, TNT. So this is obviously just their handlers, the people who send them out to stage these videos, just kind of responding to that, right? Because they're not going to come out and respond in any real or legitimate way to the points I made. And you know why that is, right? So just pointing that out there, I thought that was interesting. If I watch this, I haven't watched it yet, and I don't even know if I want to bother doing it, because these are just, most of these things are, well, you know they're all staged. They'll probably have some directed conversation. If you understand what directed conversation is, it's when they have people in these videos say something that the person who's watching it will recognize. So it's personally directed at them. And they've had these people do this countless times, as I've noted before. I know they're all shills, but occasionally I will look at their material. So the people who run the operation, their handlers within CSIS, I believe it's CSIS, who sends them to stage these fake interactions, will have them say something that's directed at me. Like, for example, that guy, the Mad Lab Press guy, staged this fake interaction with the cops in which he was saying the same thing, oh, they know your name. And then they had that Winnipeg Cop Watch guy, the other Freemason Frauditor, staging another skit where they're pretending to know his name. So you can see, that's all they can do. They can't deal with the points I made because they're agents and they're frauds. So they'll go out and set up a stage play. Now, rest assured, don't be fooled into being emotionally manipulated by these people by thinking that they're actually really standing up for people's rights, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to be deceived by emotional manipulation. But you can see right away, as soon as I post that video about them, they post one responding by, saying Dirty Ottawa Cops. I mean, it's nothing more than theater. And that's who these people are. Don't be fooled by them, and don't be fooled into giving any of them money. And again, you'll notice that I said I believe these people work with CSIS to stage these fake interactions. So again, they're not going to respond in any legitimate way by attempting to deal with any of the points I made. They're just going to set up another stage play and, saying, obviously they are responding in a way, but they're not responding directly. They set up a stage play pretending to be, that the Ottawa cops are dirty. Right after I post a video specifically about why they are dirty and explaining all of that. And notice where he's positioned right here. So he's right at the CSIS building in Ottawa. And for obvious reasons, you can't go in there because of the corrupt criminal acts that CSIS are involved in. They keep that place pretty much on lockdown unless you have permission to be in there because of the criminals because of the things they're involved in. So look at where he is as he starts the video here. Hold on. Look at where he is.
That's the CSIS building, everybody. The Canadian CIA.
Oh, that's clever. So he's directly across from the CSIS building, right?
You guys are exercising security practices without a license. That's illegal, even for CSIS. That's where the rules stop.
So let's be very clear here. If you think these people are actually in favor of exposing CSIS, then they'd actually be exposing the real things they're involved in. In reality, these skits that these people put on are in reality, the skits that these people are involved in are set up by CSIS, and they know that. But they have to just put this out there because of the valid points I made. They're not going to respond in any way because they can't, because they're just state-funded actors. So they're just going to put this out as a response, and they're going to stage it with their Masonic brothers and the police again to try and deceive some of the public into thinking that they're actually exposing some legitimate things, when you know they're not, if you have any sense. And these guys are mostly just Masons who staged these fake interactions. But make no mistake, this was done in response to the video that I put out about what frauds these people are. That's also how Masons do it. They're just going to do it by sending an indirect message like that. They're not going to deal with any of the real points because they know that everything that they do involves deceit and manipulation. So don't expect them to deal with any of those valid points I made. Just expect them to perform another fake acting skit with their brothers and the police and to attempt to manipulate your emotions. And that's what they're doing here again. So they're in front of the CSIS building, and they're pretending to actually be exposing. I don't know whether they're pretending to be exposing CSIS. They don't expose anything real.
It's all private property. This is not private property. It is private property. This is all private property. Off of the road here, it's all private property. He owns the property. Pardon? Who owns it? The government. So government property is private property? This property in particular is private property. And what makes this one in particular private property and not other government?
So you gotta understand what's going on here. So right after I put up that video exposing these people and how they don't really expose anything real about the Ottawa police, they're right in front of the CSIS building. And you know, I've regularly talked about how CSIS is involved in these harassment campaigns. And they're right there, positioned there. Obviously, again, this is just sending a message. They're not going to deal with any of those real points or say anything, because that would, if they responded to it, that would legitimize the points that I'm making. And they've been told not to do that. So you see, now they have a CSIS person coming out here. I guess one of the security guards at the CSIS building. You can't go even near that building. That's a fact. Even if you look into that. For obvious reasons, they keep security really tight there because of the stuff they're involved in doing to people and because of all the deceit that's involved in that organization. So,
This is property. No, it isn't. This is the private property, yes.
Right, so why would the sign be there and not there?
But you're right out of breath there, fella. Why don't you slow down and give me your guard number first?
My card number
Yeah.
is 24.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, you're registered with the ministry.
Just right here.
You're registered with the Ministry of.
here's another thing that I find interesting. The location where they're filming this video, it is indeed right near the CSIS headquarters, but also across the street there where you can see that Loblaws and that plaza, that's the same plaza where that Ottawa cop violently assaulted me and threw me down to the ground, and where that incident occurred. It was just on the other side of that plaza. So it's interesting. I knew that CSIS was close by, but I didn't realize at the time that they were located directly across the street. So it's interesting that they get that in there as well in the video. Purely random as well, I'm sure, right? So they're basically filming it right across from the place where I was attacked by an Ottawa cop, and they're showing he briefly was detained by 2 Ottawa cops in this video. And so, yeah, that's it there. And but I knew CSIS was close by. I didn't know it was right across the street from there, though. But that's the plaza there. It was just on the other side. So on the opposite side of the Walmart that's in that plaza where that incident occurred. So interesting to note that as well.
You have to respect
Before you guys leave,
Yep.
we're going to do a selfie.
All right.
We're going to give them the thumbs up. Durham region.
I recently was arrested in Ottawa.
Oh yeah.
Arrested and tortured, man. The guy put the handcuffs on so tight, I couldn't move either one of my hands, and I was pretty pissed about it. He's gonna lose. He's gonna lose the case.
Yeah. You have to respect
Before you guys leave,
Yeah.
we're gonna do a selfie.
All right.
We're gonna give him the thumbs up. Durham region.